Hello, ban the bomb. That was a campaign here in the 1960s when the UK first began its nuclear weapons programme. The anti-nuke campaign inspired a generation of activists and protest singers, especially in the west of Scotland, because the UK government decided to locate its main submarine base at Faslane on the Gairloch, just opposite Greenock and not far from Scotland's biggest city of Glasgow. This week, the Campaign for Nuclear Disarmament, CND Scotland, is holding a week of action. And we went to Glasgow's West End this morning, that's the 19th of September, to hear from the campaign. I asked a spokesperson to explain the CND's view of the military dangers we face today, considering the instability in Europe. And here's the interview.
Hi, I'm David Kelly. I'm Vice Chair of Scottish CND and Vice Chair of Glasgow CND. We campaign against nuclear disarmament, have been for, quite some time now. We're here at the University of Glasgow and University Avenue. It's Freshers Week, and we're handing out leaflets and trying to engage young people on the threat from nuclear weapons. Britain spends more on nuclear weapons than it does on university education, for example. The threat here in Scotland is a special one. Just 30 miles from where I'm standing here is all Britain's nuclear arsenal, some 260 nuclear bombs. And of course, if something happened, then we would be the first target for Vladimir Putin, whose armed forces don't seem to be that efficient, but we're all hoping he doesn't test his nuclear weapons. Certainly, our opinion and the movement, if I call it that, is that this is as big, the closest we've had to the same threat we had in the Cuban Missile Crisis 60 years ago. Russia is fighting a war, it's not going that well, and they are nuclear armed. We'd hope, of course, nothing happens.
Next, we wondered about the effectiveness of Britain's nuclear capability. Is our nuclear defence actually any good, and is it in good operational order?
There's a different threat that's special to the regular one of the worry of nuclear holocaust. Britain's nuclear submarine fleet is obsolete. All of the 4 Valiant-class boats are beyond their design life, and we don't know what happens next. We know that some of them are starting to fail because instead of 3 months duty cycle, that is every year they're at sea for 3 months, some of them are having to go to sea for 6 months now because the vessels simply aren't ready. This crisis has got so great that our 6 Hunter's killer nuclear submarines, the brand new Astute class, are all tied up at the moment. All of them are broken because all of the maintenance facilities are desperately been trying to keep our 1 nuclear armed submarine at sea in order to threaten people with annihilation if they dare attack us. The idea that we would send nuclear powered vessels which are beyond their design life to sea is extraordinary, and anyone with an engineering background would, I think, agree that this isn't a safe thing to do.
Okay, if you've just found us here at News for Scotland, we're a new digital channel aiming to focus on the stories that matter to the people of Scotland. If you want to keep in touch, please subscribe to us if you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, and we'll do our best to bring you the news that matters. We'd also love to hear your comments, so why not give us your opinion in the comments below. It'd be good to hear from you. Next, I asked David Kelly about the cost of Britain's nuclear weapons programme. Can we actually afford it?
The amount of money that we're spending to replace these, the Dreadnought class programme, would, for example, cancel the 2-cap benefit limit on children, would build a hospital the size of the Queen Elizabeth one every 2nd year. That's just with Scotland's 8% share. So we're spending an enormous amount of money on a system that doesn't work, that we don't know when they're going to replace it. Last time I saw the government's project management analysis paper, it showed that the new Dreadnought submarine boats that are supposed to replace the current range, they don't know when or if they'll be able to finish the engines for them. It's really a bit worrying. The previous range of engines, which are in the current Valiant class boat, they made the very smart engineering decision that the first of the 5 of those engines they produced would be installed at HMS Vulcan on land-based premises up near Dounreay. Disappointingly, this was decommissioned in 2015, so we don't know what happens to these nuclear engines when they're beyond their design life, which is a bit short-sighted, which seems to be the case with all of our defence procurement.
Okay, we'd like to thank David Kelly and CND Scotland for contributing to this video, and thanks to you for watching. I'm Hugh, News for Scotland. Please subscribe to our channel, and we'll be back soon.